Hi, heroes! I am so excited to talk to you today about abundance and being all in on abundance. And it's my April 2024 theme for the Community for Dreaming. If you don't know what that is, it is a place where we can support each other's magic and dreams. We know that you are 95% more likely to achieve your goal and your dream if you have accountability partners and accountability check-ins. And I created this space specifically for theme park and fantasy fans. But if you're not, that's fine. You can join too if you have a goal or a dream you're trying to create, so that we have those accountability partners. So we have those check-ins. There's monthly coaching, there's a monthly book club, there's journal pages and extra activities that go along with the theme. So the theme for April 2024 is all in on abundance. And I wanted to talk about that today on the podcast. And so the main idea here is that there is a abundance mindset, and the other side of that is a scarcity mindset, right? And this comes down to the dichotomy that I end up talking about all the time, which is the dichotomy between fear-based and love-based in our minds, right? Like our minds have those two modes and in between, right? But for us to really look at our minds, it's useful to see what is fear-based, what comes from the survival part of our brain, and what is love-based, what comes from the higher thinking parts of our brain. And these words, scarcity mindset, abundance mindset, are representative of that idea, right? Scarcity mindset very much comes from fear of what you don't have, and abundance mindset comes from embracing what you do have and what you are going to create in your life, right? And the big difference here is that when you're able to access an abundant mindset, you're able to access your creativity, your wisdom, your curiosity, your intuition, because you are coming from love, love for what is, love for who you are right in this moment, love for who you're going to be, what you're going to create, and the knowledge, the confidence, the knowledge that you're going to be okay, right? Like, um, whatever is going to happen to you, you can manage your mind. You know that your thoughts create your feelings, actions, and results. So you know that whatever circumstance happens to you out in the world, that your internal experience is created by your own management of your thoughts. And so you can have the confidence to know that whatever is thrown at you out there, you are going to be able to manage your mind. And that comes from abundant, that helps us come from an abundant mindset, because we know that no matter what happens from this day forward in our life, we will be okay. We will be able to access that love, right? Um, it's about what we are able to do, not what we're not able to do. Because a lot of times when we're stuck in scarcity mindset, it's a lot of fear, right? It's a lot of fear, like I've been talking about. It's fear of what you're not going to be able to do, fear that you're out of control, right? But with abundance and with mind management, we know that we're always reminded of what we are able to do, which is always manage our thoughts about what's happening around us. So a great way to start to access this abundant mindset is to take a minute, and there's journal pages in the April section of the Community for Dreaming. For you to do this is to identify what it is you have, what you do have in your life right now that you love, um, what you are able to create today that you love, um, what you are curious and excited about today, what you know today. When we start to orient our mind there about today, we are able to carry that with us forward and carry it forward into thinking about our future and our dreams. Right? When we know that we create our dreams, when we have that abundance about them, we know we get there, we know we are able, um, we are able to access that creativity, that wisdom. And it starts with knowing what you are capable of right now in this very moment, and building and building and building on that to knowing. that you create your dreams, to knowing that you're able to do it. Because what happens is when we try to create our dreams from scarcity mindset is we're so stuck in that we don't have it yet, that thing that we're dreaming, right? That big goal. We haven't created it yet. That's scarcity, right? Like, oh, I don't have it yet. Like I have this big idea. I really want to create it. I don't have it yet. And the focus on that, what you don't have, leads to that fear of, oh, how am I going to do it? Right? What is this? How am I going to do it? I'm never going to do it. Right? It's a pretty slippery slope there. And it's 100% normal to have fears and self doubts and all of that. Right? Not to get upset at our minds when we find ourselves in scarcity mindset. Honestly, y'all, I need this month more than anybody probably right now, right? Like it is real, like to find yourself in scarcity mindset. And I need a lot of work on this right now. I might have shared on the podcast before that the thought, like, this is not working, a scarcity mindset thought, a thought based in fear, kept me paralyzed for several months last year, like unable to do any work in the business just because I was telling myself this is not working. I was focused on the not, right? Instead of what I was doing. And just this tiny shift from scarcity to abundance and those words that you're using in your own mind, those thoughts, our thoughts create all of our results, right? So that's the focus for this month. And building on that abundance to building it into from today forward, right? Because when we are making our dreams from that scarcity, we end up being in desperation a lot, right? And energy of desperation doesn't feel good internally, and it doesn't feel good to for other people to receive, right? To receive a desperate energy is really hard, right? It's not the kind of energy that is creative, that is supportive, that is helpful to others. It's okay if you feel desperate. I work with this feeling for myself a lot, right? It's one of my villains, right? Is to feel this desperation, this isn't working. And the process of allowing, again, we'll bring out our wand tools, think, right? It's so important to allow it to be. So first, if you find yourself in a scarcity mindset today, thinking about today or your dream, here's what you do. You start to think about your wand. Okay, this is the fun part. What does my wand look like today? Whose wand? Is it a you know, which house, if I were to step into a wand shop in Diagon Alley, which wand would choose me today? Or is it a certain fairy's wand? Or, what does it look like today? Or is it a new kind of wand that nobody's ever seen before? That's the fun part. Well, it's all fun, but that's like the exciting creative part. Now, wand W. What am I feeling? Okay, I'm feeling desperate. It's okay. It's scarcity. It's okay. We all end up there sometimes, right? Allow it. Okay, so allowing an emotion looks like putting your hands somewhere on your body that feels supportive, if that's helpful for you. Maybe closing your eyes. Asking yourself, where am I feeling this emotion? And desperate to me feels like tightness in my chest, right? It also kind of feels like I'm stuck in a in a gelatinous cube for you guys who know where that's from, right? Like my body just wants to move, 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 and to not feel that desperation, or it feels like I can't move. Maybe that's more it. I'm stuck in that gelatinous cube, and yeah, because here we go into the end part is name the thought. So I'm feeling this inability to the stuck, right? Like tightness and like I just wanna kind of scream and move, but I can't. And name the thought because all of our feelings come from our thoughts. The thought is, for me, desperation is always this isn't working. This doesn't work. I can't make this work, right? I'm failing. Those kinds of thoughts. Name the thought. And you really want to give yourself time to do the work that matches the thought with the feeling. Get the whole thought. Make sure that they match because sometimes you only have a piece of the thought. And when you ask yourself to go deeper, you really get to the root of that thought. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's where it's coming from, right? Like it's about me as a failure, or it's about me. It's usually that next part that's about you, like this isn't working and I can't do it, right? So that's the thought. Now, while allowing, and now you've gotten a little bit curious, like where does that emotion come from, right? We're kind of moving into that love-based part of our brain from the fear-based part of our brain. With curiosity comes opening into that other part of our brain, the higher thinking part of our brain. We're moving ourselves there. And that D step of the wand process, the fourth and final step, is to decide who's driving. So we have the ability, once we've allowed and gotten curious about what we're feeling and what we're thinking, we have the ability to say, this is part of me. It's beautiful, it's magical, it's part of my fairy tale, this desperation, this scarcity. Of course, we all have survival brains. Of course, it's part of my fairy tale, right? It's okay that it's here. Thank you, brain. You've helped me before, right? But I don't want to take action from you right at this moment. You can sit in the back seat, right? I still want, you're here with me. I allow you. I accept you. I love you. You're part of me. Thank you. But right now, the thought and feeling that I want to take action from is abundance, right? Is knowing that I figure this out, is knowing that it works out, is focusing on what is working, is identifying, knowing that I have what I want in so many ways right now, and knowing that I can create more of what I want in my life by managing my mind, right? Like I want that abundant me in the driver's seat right now. And that is what this month is all about, is making those shifts, is accepting the scarcity and going all in on abundance by helping your mind allow the scarcity. You can be in the back seat, but let's shift our mind into abundance so that we can access our creativity and wisdom and wonder and curiosity and joy for the moment, for what we create in the future. Help us get past these roadblocks that stop us from achieving our goals and our dreams because we are coming at them from an angle of scarcity instead of abundance, from what we are doing, what we are creating, what we can offer in this immediate moment right now. So that's what's April, all in on abundance. And again, I really want you to get this message that we all end up in scarcity mindset sometimes. It's 100% normal, and we have tools to help ourselves move through it. You've got your wand tool, and really what that wand tool is doing is it's helping you move from scarcity to abundance. Another thing that does that is to build your fairy godmother muscle, right? From the positive intelligence program, they call it the self-command muscle, but of course it's your fairy godmother muscle, right? And how you start to do that is you start to build into your daily routine time to just sit and feel physical sensations and let your thoughts go. Because the more able your mind is to do that, the more you build that muscle, the more you're able to kind of move from the scarcity into the abundance, right? You're able to let go of a scarcity mindset, let it be in the back seat, and really start to believe and move into that about the abundant mindset. The Positive Intelligence Program teaches this. I offer that program. Please reach out to me. It's a group program, so if you've got 2 or 3 theme park fantasy fan friends that you want to do it with, there's a lot coming, friends, so stay tuned. But I'm running a Run Disney race in September. I'm planning an amazing retreat around that race. And I wholeheartedly believe that specifically for theme park fantasy fan runners, this program, the positive intelligence program, can do so much for us, right? Because running can be about those long runs, can be a whole battle of our internal villains and all of the thoughts like stop, like give up. And knowing the positive intelligence program acquaints you with all of the characters in your mind, right? Your whole fairy tale, and builds this fairy godmother muscle of moving from fear-based to love-based, from scarcity to abundance. So it's a great program. If you got 2 or 3 friends, let's do it. And I'll keep talking about it on the podcast. And join the community, please. If you feel stuck, if you feel like there's more, if you feel like you have a dream, you don't know how to create it, if you feel like the world, you're at the whim of the world, kind of you can't create that magic, that dream that you want. Your emotions are tied to everything that's going on outside of you, not your internal ability to manage your mind, right? Like this program is for you. The community for dreaming is for you. Um, you can sign up for the community for dreaming on my website, free community for dreaming. Email me about the positive intelligence program. I can't wait to work with you. Okay. Thank you, heroes. All in on abundance in April 2024. Woo!